What's good, people? It's the Rap Roundtable here. Your boy Jarv, the Rap Snob, Diddy the Balance, the homie Mace. We just need y'all to like, share, and subscribe when you tap into the videos. We're trying to reach 5,000 subs and eventually 10K subs. And with your help, we could definitely do that. Especially people who watch the videos and don't sub. You watching, we appreciate it. But the subs help us run it up even more. For our people who are already sub, make sure you hit that bell right next to the subscribe option. Pick all. When you pick all, it allows us to feed you what you need to get from us immediately. If you don't hit all, you'll get it when YouTube decides to give it to you. But if you hit all, you get the streams, you get the community posts, you get our regular uploads, you get everything. Hit all, help us run these numbers up, 5K, 10K, build a Rap Roundtable brand. Tap in with us. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The Rap Roundtable returns for episode 57.
Yes, sir.
The numbers just keep climbing, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm
working.
Yo,
we
listen,
ain't never gonna stop.
the road to 100.
We ain't never gonna stop.
No matter how mad you get at us, no matter how many times you flag us,
dislike,
mess with our notifications,
fuck with the
and
algorithm.
our day ones is cursing us out because they're not getting notified because some bozo's mad we didn't like the album they liked. We're not going anywhere.
Listen.
The laugh.
I need that again.
We still shout out to the day ones, man. Fuck all the haters.
Shout out.
Facts.
Shout out.
Sir.
Listen, man, this is my favorite time. Once we went bi-weekly, bro, I'm like, this is my favorite time.
Yes,
I go
sir.
to work, deal with personal life, then I get to come here and shoot the shit with the homies.
Yes, sir.
This is a good time. We got Josh Prom in the building.
Super Josh.
You know what I mean? Super Josh. Shout out to young Josh. No longer with us, but we got Super Josh, so the trade-off is beautiful. It's your boy Jarv here alongside Ciph the Rap Snob.
What up?
Alongside Diddy the Balance.
May the force be with you.
Alongside the homie Mace.
What up, gang?
And for 57, we have a very, very, very special guest. Longtime friend of mine. I want to say I met this kid maybe 1996. Junior high school.
Wow.
Years in with this man. You know what I'm saying? When I wanted to get into the rap shit and manage an artist. This was the first artist I ever managed.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I really like this rap shit. I just don't have opinions. I tried to make money out of this motherfucker. But beyond that, this guy supports me. Don't beg for likes. Keeps his eye on the product. Keeps his eye on the gang. He knows what the fuck is going on with the Rap Roundtable, and that's why I appreciate him.
That's a fact.
It's the homie. Brooklyn's very own, Bed-Stuy, Canarsy's very own, Ciph Boogie. What's good, bro?
I love that intro, bro.
Ciph.
What up, nigga? What up, Ciph?
How y'all doing this
What up,
evening?
Ciph?
Beautiful,
man. Happy to have you in the building. Yes, sir.
Happy to be here.
That's
Long
his
time
whole
coming,
team, bro.
Long time coming.
Long time coming.
Since we went to your show,
Yeah.
then we waited like 3 hours and it rained so bad that we had to leave before you could go on stage.
Yeah.
Fact.
But I killed that shit
I
though.
remember that.
As you always do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to take a sip. I had to put a little extra mustard on the intro because this is my nigga for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we go back. For real.
You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. By the way, I don't know if you noticed,
Yo.
roundtablemerch.com.
Y'all see what's going on here? Leveled
shit.
up.
You ask, you shall receive.
Trying to get
One of
everything right
these
for the launch.
on the table can be yours. You know, we got the hats on the table. We had a bozo that was mad because we put hats on the table because we're trying to sell them shits.
It's called business.
Right.
It's good business. Yo.
Roundtablemerch.com.
Don't feel yourselves too much is what y'all trying to tell.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
He told us he encouraged another podcast to change their thumbnails.
Yes.
Only for that podcast to bite our thumbnails.
Wow.
So what are we talking about here?
Shouts to you, man. Shouts to you.
That's
Because I was
special
already
place.
mad about that comment, and I shouted him out on one of the episodes at the end.
Yeah, we cooked him.
But then I hadn't seen what he was referring to
Right.
until fairly recently, and I look at it and I'm like, this guy told us to make our shit look more like this when their shit
looks
is
like
looking
ours.
like ours. What part of the game is that?
Gyro 50 cent type shit.
That's crazy, bro.
It sure seems like he was trying to get us to change our shit because he told them to bite our shit.
Can't make this shit up.
You can't make this shit up.
crazy.
Probably a mole.
Listen, look, roundtablemerch.com will be available probably a week after this episode airs. Make sure you rush that. These hats will be available for purchase.
Nice.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all been telling us, y'all been asking us the whole time, when is the merch going to be available? The merch
here.
is now available. Also, I don't think we talked about it on 56. I don't know if we hit the number during 56, but we recently got to 4,000 subs.
Shout out to the
You know what I
mean?
subscribers. Appreciate y'all.
4K.
Thank you.
We in 4K out there.
Yes,
Huh?
sir. Yes,
Think about
sir.
it. I remember a year ago today, Sid and I was trying to figure out how we could get to 1K. We cracked 2022 with a little over 1K.
Less than a year ago.
Right.
It was
Less
less.
than a year.
Right.
Right.
Not even a whole 12 months.
And it's-
Manifestation.
Damn, how we gonna crack that 1K, man?
And now we pushing towards 5K.
Woo, get that monetization
dope,
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck with us, y'all.
Yo.
High def.
Listen. Let's get into this podcast instead of we patting ourselves
chill.
on the back.
Chill,
I'm like,
chill,
as you
chill,
should,
chill,
as you
chill,
should.
chill.
Alleviating.
As you should.
Let me pat myself on the back real quick.
Talk about it.
As always, this beat in the background, produced by yours truly, Sincere the Rap Snob, Sincere
Yeah.
Beats. I got beats. Holla at me.
Production.
I'm gonna need some beats from you, bro.
Yo, let's do it. Let's work.
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
to him,
And
Ciph.
speaking of that, at the end of this episode, don't tune out. Ciph Boogie got some bars. It's not just a 16. I stopped counting around 24. There's a lot of bars
went in.
at
You
the
went
end
in.
of this freestyle. All right,
Out to Ciph.
let's get into this though. We're gonna learn about Ciph a little more in a few minutes. But before we get into that, we noticed that we are deeply entrenched in the fourth quarter of
Yes.
2022. And an album that we've been waiting on for a very long time. There's no inclination
Oh, yeah.
that we're getting this album. There's no promo talk. There's no social media posts. I'm starting to get concerned. We're starting to get concerned. His fans are getting concerned that we might not get King's Disease 3 in 2022. So, Sincere the Rap Snob, I know you keep tabs on Nas, even if you are the fakest Nas fan people have ever met.
Wasn't there for him and Redman,
Yeah,
Sam.
him- were
Wasn't
you
there.
Him and Redman.
Right. So, I'm sure you've been keeping your ears to the streets, Sin.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with KD3, and where is KD3?
Yo, I don't know, man. The last we just saw a Hit Boy. He was in the lab with Benny,
Right.
Not Nas. We haven't really heard too much. Like, I feel like the last thing we heard was maybe like 6 months ago, and that it was just like in the works, and that it's supposed to be coming out this year. But there's literally zero indication that it's actually coming out this year, yo. And I'm a little bit worried, man, because like, you know, without Nas in the game, y'all know who I'm gonna give the album of the year to, and I'm trying not to, for y'all sakes, because y'all gonna have a whole fucking brain aneurysm.
Because
But
you
I
can't be
digress.
trusted on that
But
topic.
I digress. I digress.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel it in the force right now. I don't see it. I don't see it coming out this year. I don't think Nas or Hit Boy are going to treat this album the way they did Magic.
Right.
Right. There's too much. The King's Disease name now like holds weight. It carries something. So I don't see them just dropping it on some Lucy shit, on some like sneak shit. Like, oh yeah, no, the album's coming
Oh,
out
by
tonight.
the way, King's Disease. yeah.
Right, like there's gonna be a build up to it. There's gonna be a rollout to it, and if the rollout hasn't really started yet, like when is it gonna start, man? Is it halfway through October, almost November? It's gonna be the holidays, turkey, stuffing, snow. Like year's almost done, man. Where's it at?
And the
Where y'all
last
at?
two KDs were summer albums, no?
Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mace, talk to me, bro. Are
So-
you concerned that we're not getting King's Disease this year?
I don't think we're getting it.
Oh,
and
shit.
I wouldn't say I'm concerned because honestly, I'm still rocking the Magic. You know what I mean? I'm
Facts.
still listening to everything he dropped last year. So I'm not completely upset. I agree with you guys. We've seen far too much of Hit Boy in the studio with other rappers. It's not just, I seen him with a whole bunch of people, not just Benny. And just like Jav mentioned, the KD canon has ultimately been warm weather sounding music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
true.
It's like Magic, it sounds like the winner. You know what I mean? I was other day, it just, we New Yorkers, y'all know that. It got bricked the other day, and I just was looking outside like, man, I need to hear some Mobb Deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like some certain music is made for certain times, and I don't believe that when Nas and Hit are in KD mode, that they trying to make, put on your snorkel weather, you know what I mean, type music. So I don't think it's coming. I think Nas has realized, I can let this breathe. You know what I mean? I've demolished the game on my last 3 albums. You know what I mean? I've completely satisfied the fans, the haters, and anybody in between. So, ultimately I would be disappointed because I feel like a lot of albums this year have fallen flat, especially after the initial I might have liked it part of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So will I be disappointed? Yeah, who don't want to hear new Nas? You know what I'm saying? But I understand. You know what I mean? Let it ride. Maybe around March, April, we start hearing more rumblings 2023 about when KD3 is going to drop. Maybe a snippet or two. Maybe them in the studio.
Yeah.
So I'm not upset about it personally.
All right, D-Man, what about you, bro?
It's like a good film, you know what I'm saying? When you got a great part 1, you got a great part 2, you can't rush to part 3.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to take your time, let it simmer, like we all just stated. Hit Boy's doing his shit, real busy working with Benny and probably a plethora of other artists. No reason to just force the gumbo pot.
He's working with Game recently too.
Yeah, true.
Him and Dom Kennedy.
Yeah, we don't want Godfather 3 from this.
I was just thinking,
there you go.
I was just thinking, oh my God.
What I'm thinking is Nas might just relax on this one. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, next year is a real pivotal year for Nas. Nas turns 50. Hip-hop turns 50.
Point.
He's at a better place in life that he's probably been in a long time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking around drop a Life is Good too type shit. Like,
I didn't even think of that angle. Bro. What if he's holding out for 50th anniversary?
Life has been amazing for this man. He's been doing a lot of things that some of us said he couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just been he's maneuvering, and I respect him for it. But I don't want him to rush it. I really don't. I think he's done amazing shit with 1 and 2. And it would really break my heart if he rushed it and gave us something that we don't appreciate like we did with the first 2. Even Magic was wasn't that a late Christmas? Christmas, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so maybe something like that could happen.
Reaction.
But that doesn't mean we might not get a KD3. He might, like I said, he might just give you something else. But KD3, since it's a part of a franchise and since that shit holds weight now, you might have to hold back for a little bit and give the people what they need.
Okay. So
also, like, he's been super busy with the tour and everything.
There you go.
He's been
Cryptocurrency and all this shit.
Nas is out here winning.
That's a good point to make about the tour. That's an angle that I didn't think of. But Ciph, like from an artist perspective, you hear the points about them saying this is a trilogy, basically, and there's a certain process that goes into making these albums.
Right.
Are you concerned that by him breaking air quote tradition that there could be a potential drop off with KD3, or do you just think he's being meticulous about KD3?
I think he's being meticulous about it because it's like them things are strong, like both of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, preferably for me, I still like KD1.
Same here.
You know what I mean? But he built a series with that. You know what I'm saying? Like this was like basically his comeback in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
essentially,
you know what I mean? So it's like he can't fuck this up.
Yeah, I feel you on that. And would you say that like this is something for you, like your artist, you're looking at what he's doing, does it like have you think like, yo, I gotta push my pen even more?
Of course. Like Nas is somebody that I've like, he's one of my inspirations. Like, you know, with Jay and I, like I pull from these guys. So of course, you know what I mean? Of course.
Love it.
Yeah.
I guess for me, like I was hoping to get Kings Disease 3 this year because to y'all made good points about like movie franchises and all of that. A lot of times when a third movie comes into play on the trilogy, they tend to do things a little bit differently from 1 and 2, where 1 and 2 worked. Then they try to throw everything in the kitchen sink into 3, and then it's not what 1 and 2 were.
Facts.
I would have loved for Nas to keep the momentum going and then drop this year again. But I guess Magic might have changed the entire timeline, and the critical reception to Magic maybe said like, you know, we could probably hang back a little bit. And then Nas is doing features. I think who was it? He did the Comega feature recently.
The Comega feature.
There was that's what I was thinking of. The Primo joint he did earlier in the year. So I guess Nas is staying active in his own way, the touring and all of that. But I just hope that by changing the routine that's worked, will this affect the overall outcome? I'm not saying it will. Please listen to what I'm saying. I'm just saying when you're locked into a routine, things tend to hit better than when you deviate and then try to come back to it.
Jarv said KD3 is going to be trash.
No.
Headline.
I didn't say that.
They backing up the bus already.
You know what I mean? Because some bozo's going to say that.
Yeah, you said that.
Mike 100 is going to come and try to attack me in the comments.
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike. Nah, we love you, Mike.
Facts. Shout out to Mike.
Christ. So we got the homie Ciph Boogie here. We love for you guys to get to know him. You know what I mean? Like I feel like fans, like we love hip hop, but every time we have rappers on, y'all be running away from these episodes. Like these are artists who are just like us. They love the culture. They are of the culture, and it's best that you get to know them. Shout out to people like Michael Brown who tap in. Anytime we have a guest on, Michael Brown rushes this artist and he gives real critiques. Shout out to you, Michael.
Shout out to Mike.
Deanie, I know you got a couple of questions for the homie Ciph, so let's get into the interview portion.
You know, so unlike Job, I didn't know you since like the fucking Stone Age and shit. You know what I'm saying? but I'm here to elaborate and learn some things. Yo, absolutely, my brother. Yeah. Yo, Ciph, give us the rundown, man. How did this journey into music start for you? How did this begin for you?
I was always quote unquote known as the fucking quiet kid or whatever. But I always had a love for music, and my natural talent is writing. Like, so I would write short stories and things like that, but I always loved music. So once I came to the point where it was like I found out I could express myself, because I always was opinionated and had thoughts and shit like that. So I was just like, oh, I can say how I feel wherever the fuck I want to.
That's what music is. Beautiful.
Right, let's go. So it really started from that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And what did you when you started?
Yeah.
What did you think you were gonna do with this? Did you think you were just gonna be a nigga that rapped? Did you think you were just I'm gonna do this because the chicks like it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the thing that kept you? If you get what I'm saying.
The business. The business. I love making music, but I always heard those horror stories about niggas getting jerked for the publishing and shit like that. So I was like,
we talked about that not too long ago too.
So I was like, I got his shirt on because I always, like Biggie said, he was like, I ain't getting this shit to be no broke rapper. So
especially how lucrative this shit is today.
Yeah, that's my vibe. I'm not in this to be no broke rapper. So I always got for the business. You know, I still own my masters to this day. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you.
Yes, sir.
I'm not fucking playing. I'm business. You know what I mean?
Business oriented. That's what's up.
Yeah.
I want you to elaborate on Deanie's first question.
Okay.
He was talking about like the genesis of you being an artist. Like what made you like really like continue to pursue it? Everybody has a thing that they want to do.
Right.
But like what made you decide like I really want to do this?
I'm here.
Actively.
Just the love for it. Just love.
Okay.
I've always, I'm a Pisces, so we're creative. You know, you can look it up. They say like we artistic and shit like that. But I just like creating. I just love the act of like just having something in my head and then just having a drive and just manifesting it and it become a song and pushed out to the world. You know.
Got you.
I love that.
I like that. You know what I mean? Because I want the people to really understand where you coming from as an artist. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you talking too much. If you want to expound and elaborate, get your shit off.
Man, you here.
Any music in your family?
No, not really. But my uncle, God bless my uncle Stanley, he was a drawer. He drew like so. Him and my mother were really close. So like my mom used to say like we're similar because we just certain ways and we were both talented. Just my talent is writing. His was drawing. He drew like the Beatles, like I still have this shit in my crib to this day. He drew them well, like John Lennon, Paul McCartney.
So like portraits and shit.
Yeah,
fire.
Wow. So
Ringo in them.
Yeah.
Is that where your love for the Beatles comes from?
Actually, no. That came on later on. Really when can I really say that? I just came across John Lennon and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I just liked who he was as an artist, just that real, like he like in some ways he remind me of a fucking rapper. He just not give a fuck about something. So I just connected with that, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just when I tapped into him, then I started listening to the Beatles. And I'm like, these dudes is dope, you know what I mean?
Shout out to George Harrison too. He never get no love, man.
You
know what I mean? That's a forgotten member, but George Harrison was dope, bro.
Here Comes the Sun, My Guitar Gently Weeps.
My Guitar Gently Weeps. That's my favorite Beatles song, bro.
Did you see the version that Eric Clapton did?
Hell yeah.
He killed that shit.
We Beatles fans, y'all. Like, shout out to Ciph. We relating on the Beatles out here, man.
At the rap roundtable, can you have a full-fledged Beatles? Tap the phone and see
I'm
what's
over
going on
here
here.
and Ciph trying to be fucking professional rap. Like, nigga, talk, nigga. You an interesting nigga. You know what I mean?
All right, so cool. So just this past Sunday, since you want to be interested in it. So I was in Central Park because it was John Lennon's birthday, October 9th. So they do a vigil for his birthday and when he died on December 8th. So I was there and that shit was so peaceful. Everybody's just, it's like, it's not some people, that's just some, white people shit or whatever. It's black, white, it's young, old.
Something's transcend.
Some cultural shit, you know what I mean?
The vibe, bro, is like, when I left, I felt so peaceful.
Yeah.
I felt so peaceful. So That's my shit I do. Like, I've been going there for the past 15 years.
That's dope.
Job, I know this is your man's, but my dad was like a Beatles fan. I've been to one of those visuals in 06. Me and my dad, he took me over there because he was a huge Beatles fan. Shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to the good dad.
Yes, sir.
We make connections
Make connections at the Rap Round Table.
If y'all ever get a chance, go to that shit. Real shit. Please go to that. Please go to it.
Copy.
Yeah.
So
I pull up with you one of these.
This is my guy right here.
Word, put that in the atmosphere next time. We might just all pull up. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So on Twitter, I saw a conversation happen with the homie Iron Myers, you know, another big supporter of the Rap Roundtable. Comments on a lot of things. We chop it up with him on Twitter, and I saw he was responding to a post from the Nas Club. And this person says, that's his name, Nas Club. And I'm not trying to be funny.
Everything sounds like Sandra out of your mouth, bro.
That's his name. That's his name, bro. I don't understand.
Yo, it was a comment from some Nas Club. I don't know.
I thought that was a shot. I'm not even going to lie, man.
His name is Nas Club.
Yo.
Come on.
I can confirm. I saw it.
So
it's actually Nas Club.
Nas Club says, whoever noticed when it comes to Nas, the numbers is all they can talk about. They can never discuss lyricism or who has pen is unmatched. Or I think he means or how his pen is unmatched. So that got me to thinking, is Nas the biggest or greatest underdog in rap history? With all these narratives we see on the internet, I would say over the last 18 months when it comes to Nas, there's this idea that he's underappreciated, he's an underdog, he's an underground legend in some corners. So the narrative is locked in. I see Ciph over there shaking his head.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
I just
Let
got
me
one
chill.
request for you before you continue. Can you just scooch up a little bit so we can see you good on the camera? Let the people see your beautiful face.
Yes, sir.
Since you responded, that's how I work here. Once I see somebody getting antsy, I'm giving him the ball.
Man, like, no.
Is he the biggest underdog in history?
Hell no.
Talk to me, Ciph.
No. Yo, that's the only nigga I ever knew who did a song backwards. What other nigga done a song backwards?
Rewind was crazy.
What if they did? Please correct me.
Right.
Somebody stole that out there recently, but I don't remember.
But I'm saying they stole it from.
There we go.
Gets on Flex.
Whatever.
Yeah, that was kind of mid.
It was super mid.
You heard what I said? Whatever.
I remember that.
But
Because
yeah,
it wasn't a
Ciph.
real story. It was just like.
He just
some
rapped
shit said
backwards.
backwards,
Like,
It was.
And then
Clout.
I'm actually listening to it and I'm like, is it really backwards?
It was
'Cause,
clout bars, bro.
yeah.
I need because that's some bullshit right there. Because let me say, he performed Illmatic at the Kennedy Center.
Right.
Do you know how prestige a place that is?
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's not underdog shit, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Fuck out of here.
So when people say he's this underdog, under this, under that, you don't buy it.
I don't buy that shit at all.
Fair
Name
enough.
a nigga. I don't know no other nigga that did a song backwards. Please
That's right.
tell me.
That's goat shit.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Facts.
You heard who said that, right?
And he's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
I'm a Jay-Z fan. I fuck with Nas, but I'm a Jay-Z fan. But I'm honest. Like,
Can I
yo, fuck.
contrarian you real quick though?
Go ahead, Deanie.
I mean, at some point, Nas kind of was the underdog, was he not?
We talking about the J's. All right, yeah.
I mean, when take the Jay takeover shit.
Okay.
When he responded with the Stillmatic, did we think that was going to out-hove the way it did?
No, but Jay woke up asleep in bed because at that point Nas was in a slump.
That's what I mean by underdog.
Yeah.
When Hove dropped the takeover, I was like, how is Nas gonna come back from this?
But he came back.
But he came back, and that's what I mean by underdog. So he obviously came back. The underdog don't come. The overdog don't come back. The big nigga don't come back. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You gotta be kind of the underdog to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
I see that
and then
point.
even with the Stillmatic album,
Yeah.
we didn't know he had that same.
That was like
figure,
his first.
bro.
That was like his first comeback, basically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
in that sense, underdog financially. We didn't know. You remember back in the days we was turned down Coors Light commercials. We didn't know he would have the financial means the nigga has today. When I say underdog, I mean more like the expectation. We didn't think he was gonna be able to do certain things that he did.
Okay.
That's why I would place him as the underdog.
Okay, I respect.
So,
that.
but the
I respect that
greatest
point.
underdog in rap history?
Yeah.
All right.
Because he actually fulfilled all the things he came from under. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
You right.
And knocked everything out the park.
Here comes
What's
Sin.
Take off the cowboy hat.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I don't know, man.
Cowboy hat Nas was an underdog.
Nah. Yeah, fuck with me.
right.
Listen to where
We
we're
locking
going.
in. We locking in.
I think the whole question is weird because he came into the game as the golden child,
The second coming.
chosen one, the second coming of Rakim,
Neo,
the God. You know what I mean? And I think if there is a feeling that he is an underdog or was ever an underdog, I think it stems from how he came into the game and who he was being compared to, and where the game was when he came in versus where it was when he was 3-4 albums in. Right. So like Nas comes in the game and he's a direct lineage from like the G-Raps and the Rakims, but then the game changes on him, and Nas didn't really. You could tell. I'm not saying nothing
he didn't
that
embrace it.
Right. I'm not saying nothing that nobody could possibly disagree with. Nas did not really change with the game as the game was changing. Right. He was a little bit opposed, so you could feel it in his energy. He did, like certain songs, certain joints, he did almost felt like he was doing them reluctantly. Like, I gotta do it to be, relevant in the game, but that's not really where my heart is at. And I think that's really where this underdog narrative started from, because his counterpart, his nemesis, Jay, arch rival Jay, he embraced all of that. And Jay was like one with the industry, whereas Nas he always kept like an anti-industry sort of energy. Like one foot in the industry, but one foot out, just to keep myself sane and keep myself grounded in what I know that I love and what my real energy is. And I, honestly, so like if there is a feeling that Nas is an underdog, I feel that he's an underdog compared to the industry. You know what I mean? Like the industry is like Goliath and he's David. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
that's how I feel about it.
That's a fire take, Sam. Mace.
So, this question, I also like Sin. It took me a second to really like get around this question about how I really wanted to respond. You know what I mean? And the underdog trope in hip hop is overused to me. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a fan reaction more than anything. Your fans make you feel like an underdog. Nas, as far as I'm concerned, has always been signed to a major, unless he didn't want to. Like maybe now, you know what I'm saying? He's always been hugely respected by peers. You know what I mean? He's always, Job said Nas used to go platinum every time out until the game was just so low in sales, until he was a legacy act, I guess I should say. You know what I mean? So at one point, was Nas the biggest underdog in the game? Yeah. When Rockefeller and Hov and all of them was stomping on Nas, he was an underdog. Flex
stomping on
Flex was saying he was done. You know what I'm saying? Flex was saying himself. Sort of, because of Nas himself, because like Sin said, the quality went down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, by the time I came into hip hop, Nas was not an underdog. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the GOATs. He was one of the, you know what I mean? He was one of the guys. He was one of the OGs that we looked at. So I think there's no biggest underdog ever. Was Nas the underdog in 01, 02? Yeah. What about 50 Cent when he came out? Dropped by his label, shot. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to sign him. Irv said himself. I was telling people not to sign him. At one point, he was the biggest underdog. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole. I talk about him every day, but at one point, J. Cole was the biggest underdog in hip hop.
College J. Cole.
So was Nas a huge underdog at one time? Yeah, but I don't feel like that little era in his career defines his entire career. You know what I mean?
Doesn't.
Correct. I agree with you 100%. But that also bears the question, like, why was that era? Why has that era stuck with him? So like that what he was going through in that era, where he had like the minor slump, and then Jay came through, and the whole battle happened. Like that seems to be like how a lot of people define Nas today. Like 20 years later,
I got the answers.
Why is that the case?
Because of Jay-Z.
Okay, elaborate.
Basically, the aftermath of the battle, Jay, for all intents and purposes, came out relatively unscathed. Let's say 5-6 months after Stillmatic and Super Ugly happened. Jay went right back to business as usual. Blueprint 2 dropped, $4 million.
Okay.
Black Album dropped, I think that did about $3 million. You know what I'm saying? They were still calling him the GOAT.
Okay.
So it's like, for all of that, there's a segment of hip hop that felt like Jay-Z and Nas had this battle, but somehow Nas still didn't get his due. Hot 97 wouldn't let him do what he did, on the stage with the lynching and all of that. It felt like the powers that be, or they, were not allowing Nas to flourish in the aftermath of the battle, while Jay is still getting paraded as the GOAT.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But and I feel like that people got really turned off by the media because they feel like Jay was controlling the media. That's the thing we've heard.
No. I understand. Yeah.
Hot 9 specifically, though.
Hot 9? Because Power wasn't this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Power was just coming out about that time, yeah.
I feel like because the aftermath of the Hove battle, Hove basically still got to be Hove. People still call him the GOAT.
Funk Flex.
But I think, and as a Nas fan, but as a fair Nas fan with a level head.
Right. Talk to me.
I feel like some of the onus of that is on Nas.
How so? He was active during that time.
No. But like, number one, the fake lynching of Jay-Z on stage.
There's a bit much.
Little heavy.
It's a bit much.
Little heavy. Chat.
Little heavy.
Chat. Hold on. Chat. Let us know. Was the lynching too much? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Little heavy.
Lee, how do y'all feel about it out there? Because even like back then, in my heaviest Nas bag, I was like, "Yo, bro, what's wrong with him right now?" Like,
he hated.
I think he was just angry.
He was
angry, and I understand that.
Look at Ciph making a point here.
Yeah, he was like, and
he was going through a lot.
Shit, his moms was sick and all that.
He was going through a lot, and I understand it, but I also see it from the media's point of view. Like, no, we're not gonna let you just come on stage and like, fake hang one of the biggest stars in hip hop.
Let me be devil's advocate.
But then also he was coming directly at the necks of a lot of radio DJs and personalities.
So let me push back against that, Sin. Nas at that point in time viewed Jay-Z as everything wrong with hip hop. So maybe his lynching was more symbolic, like, yo, he's a parasite. We need to get this kind of hip hop out of here. What do you say to that?
If I'm engulfed in that energy at the time and seeing what he was going through and seeing how rooted he is in traditionalism, in hip hop traditionalism and like the pure hip hop, I could kind of see it, but like not enough to take it that extra mile. Okay. Like it was just an extra mile that he did. It was an extra level. He went to like 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. Like it didn't need to go that far.
Okay. And ultimately, like we kind of spoke about it in New York Bias too. Go check that out. It's like even that little moment where the game was against Nas fans will never forget that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they'll never forget when we doubted, the GOAT. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like how we mentioned, like a girl remembering when you called her ugly back in the day. She ain't never gonna forget that, bro.
I'm gonna let you lay that down.
That's a fact. And even like basketball, like you seen how Steph acted after he won his 4th chip? Because he couldn't believe that people doubted how great he was after 3 of them. My man was crying. He didn't cry for none of the other chips, but he cried for number 4 because of the doubt from them. You know what I'm saying?
He worked for that one.
That's a fact.
He worked for that one.
To close the segment out, my whole argument is I don't think he's the greatest underdog. I think it's the greatest narrative in rap history that he's the biggest underdog. Because to me, I always say, I've said it so many times on this podcast, when I got into hip-hop at a high level, Nas was already a superstar. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy. Like, you put on whatever rap video show you was watching at that time, he had videos on. He was that nigga.
But the lows were low, though. That's what it is,
But,
though.
bro, like, he was a mega star.
Absolutely. But
nigga, hold on, let's go back. Let's go back. Fans, tap into. Let's all go back in time. Josh, you too. Think about where you were in your life when Belly was coming out. And how big Belly was.
It was huge.
Forget what it did in the box office. Hip hop was.
I had the poster on my wall, bro.
I'm in junior high school. And we felt the energy around Belly. Nas and DMX doing a movie with Hype Williams.
Yeah, I went to the movie. I went to the movies, and I was supposed to go to that shit to see that by myself. Yeah.
Son,
are we gonna have an honest conversation about Belly right now?
No.
All right.
No,
It's a shame how much I like Belly. Me and Finn will debate one day. I love Belly, bro.
I love Belly.
All right.
Let's be clear. Sin might be on his own with Belly. He might be. He might be.
You don't know Keanu.
I don't know no fucking Keanu.
Wow, bro.
I understand. I understand the relevance and impact they had on the culture. I truly understand it.
Right.
I can name a very incredible moment that I had while that movie was playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the impact. But if we have an honest conversation about it,
The movie's a classic.
Classic.
That's it.
Classic.
I'm about to watch that when I get to the
opinion.
crib tonight.
Classic.
But it's a classic. As far as like
All
the
right.
lows, you remember
Mark for Death.
Yeah.
Shotters.
Yeah.
Belly.
Yeah.
Paid in Full.
Paid in Full.
Juice.
Juice.
nah, Paid in
Classic.
Paid in Full is on a different tier though.
Classic.
I feel.
Shit, Paper Soldiers is low key a classic.
That's a fact.
Killer Season is low key a classic. Fuck out of here.
State
Sam.
property.
Y'all going too far. Y'all
State
going
property.
Too far.
I'm saying I thought
State
state
property.
property then.
Oh,
Wait.
what hand you
Streets
gonna
is
look with?
watching. Where the Streets is watching rank?
Classic.
Classic.
Oh,
Classic. That's super classic.
All of them.
Yeah.
Super classic.
Every
Yo,
one of them.
when they cut away, like it's night, they cut away, they cut back, and it's daytime.
Nah, fuck that. Still classic. Fuck that. We're not counting that. Ignorant. Still classic. We're not counting that.
All right.
Man, ignorant.
We're not
All
counting.
right.
We know cinematic is not a classic.
But for
It's
some
fucking poor.
Yeah.
But it's classic.
Going back to the Nas lows.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat Nas.
Yo, why you keep bringing that up?
Because it's a part of his history.
Bro, you brought it up twice before that. And Sin talked through that.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah.
It's Cowboy hat Nas. You know what I'm saying? I Am was on every carpet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Every hustler had it on the carpet.
I have an unpopular opinion about that. You're going to hit the fuck out of here button, but I like
get it
that
ready.
album.
I Am is fire.
I like that
I
album.
Am is fire.
People shit on that shit.
But they bootlegged the shit out
I know
of
they
it.
did.
And fucked up the sales.
Because it's supposed to be like two CDs or something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
after
yeah.
that, we got Nostradamus, bro.
I hate that
that's-
fucking album.
That's what
I hate that.
Nostradamus.
There's a thing we say here. It has
Look.
a couple joints. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna talk about that now.
Okay.
I always
thing is, that was a part of the Underdog story,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Okay.
But here,
Okay.
I always maintain, and I have absolutely zero evidence for this, but I always go back to the I Am bootlegging, and the way that Bad Boy had changed the game, and then Jay-Z was embracing that game change, and Nas, his plan was to drop I Am and be like, yo, I'm not doing none of this radio friendly shit. Like, people didn't like when I did the fucking, Black Girl Lost on It Was Written
Shit with
or
Aaliyah.
whatever.
Shout out to Judas.
I'm going back
tonight.
I'm going back to my bag.
But to
right?
be fair to Nas and Jay, it was easy for Jay to embrace that.
It was.
It was. But then the fact that it was so heavily bootleg, the bootleg was so rampant. I'm like,
bad.
no, somebody at the label leaked that shit because they were not happy with the songs that he was putting on a double. It was gonna be two CDs, 2 discs of fucking conscious shit, street shit, no radio friendly shit, and the people at the label was not gonna have that. They was like, nope, let's leak the shit. Everybody will have it. Now we have an excuse to go back in the lab, get in with Aaliyah, get in with Timbaland, get in because
All
now
right,
we
so
got
let me
the
ask you
excuse.
this before we move to the next segment because we gotta lock back in with Ciph. Wouldn't you kind of blame Nas for that, just being hard-headed, just not and bear with me, chat.
I'm down, y'all.
Just considering the times, like your son's a major, you gotta give him something.
You do, but this is what I'm saying. This goes back to my take on the situation. If he's an underdog, it's because he is the David to the Goliath of the industry.
God,
I don't think
full
he's
circle.
an underdog under any other artist per se. Just as an artist in the industry that wasn't really always fucking with the direction the industry was going in, simply because of the way he came in and his lineage and what people wanted of him and expected of him and what he felt in his heart.
And the trials and tribulations, considering how good the motherfucker was.
Yeah. All right, let's get back in with Ciph Boogie. Hell of a segment, y'all. I think everybody delivered on that segment there. You know what I mean? We definitely gonna put that on the internet. So Ciph, you know, I don't know you anymore. You're a stranger. You're at the Rap Roundtable. I know nothing about you.
Brand new here.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So my first question for you is gonna be, I want you to talk about being an independent artist.
Okay.
You've been steadfast in being independent.
Yes.
So my question to you would be, what's the hardest part of being independent?
Oh shit! Just the I would say the finances, like just really just like, you know, just keep, you know, I mean, like, you know, I'm gonna pay for shit, but it's just like, you know what I mean, like shit costs, you know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
shit costs, and it's like one of the things is like, you know, I don't, you know, because again, it's business. Business is business. You got to spend money to make money, so it is what it is. But it's like sometimes you motherfuckers be
expensive being a fucking rapper. And I don't even know what studio time costs in 2022. Like back in the day, it was like 60 an hour or some shit.
Shit is 100. Yo, I need to get a home studio. That's what I'm going to invest in, because it's a lot, nigga. I gotta pay rent.
Yeah.
I gotta pay rent, nigga.
Relatable content.
Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all niggas is bugging. Like, you know what I mean?
Copy. Well, like, as far as like, let's stay right there for a second. Like, as far as the support aspect, not having that big machine behind you, do you feel like you need to work super hard to get people to fuck with your shit?
I feel like people fuck with my shit already because of the brand that I built over the years. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, at this point, I'm Nike.
Fair enough.
I'm Jordan. I'm the Jordan brand at this point.
All right, I dig it. And real quick, because you know, I don't think I know what our homies got to ask, but real quick, just reel off your resume. Let niggas know what you've accomplished.
Shit. Listen, my shit been on ESPN.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had my song signed. This is off my album, Sometime in New York City, Volume 1, which is named after a John Lennon album, by the way.
Okay.
This is how Beatles throw that in there.
Yes, sir.
NBA TV, one of my Let's Work, and that was my old, like,
I remember Let's Work. I think I was in the studio with you for Let's Work.
That was 2006 shit.
06. That's a good year.
Me and this news rocking. But
locked in.
Let's Work was the Boston Celtics. They use it for their team workout, and the funny shit, how I found out about that, I was asleep. And I was, you know, sometimes I sleep with my TV on, and I thought I was dreaming.
You heard your shit?
I heard my shit. I'm like,
that's great.
And then like, the next day, I was watching TV because it was still on NBA TV, and it was my song. I was like, oh shit. Where's my check at though?
I can see these finances.
I got the check. I got the check though.
From there straight to the mailbox.
Yes, I definitely got that check. Shout out to NBA.
Shout out to the NBA.
Now, you know what? I asked that question because again, now I know you again.
Yeah.
And I always say, Ciph don't talk his shit enough.
Yeah,
so you know, what I mean, I want niggas to know, like, you've done a lot. You put a lot of pain in.
Yeah.
My next question for you would be, you know, you referenced Jay-Z and Nas just now about influences.
Yes.
What about outside of New York City? Like, what other region do you feel has impacted your sound sonically?
Great question.
That's a great question. I love Texas artists, like Texas.
Okay.
I love it. Like Paul Wall, Bum B, Pimp C, R.I.P.
Heavy
like,
Houston, all right.
Heavy, yeah. I love Texas rap.
Okay.
So
No Meg? No Meg?
This
Texas.
what the fuck?
She's from Texas.
Matter of fact,
Shout to Meg.
Like, who is this guy? Where he comes from?
Texas.
I understand, but she cool.
Shout to Meg.
It's a decent question.
Shout to Meg. We need to hear that Meg Ciph chat.
He's talking about artists from like
He said she
15,
cool.
20 years ago.
I'm just trying to see the
that
climate.
influenced him.
Today's climate.
That's crazy.
This man answered the question, and your misogynistic ass. What about Meg?
No, he gonna say he loved Meg.
Meg is cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Meg is
She
cool.
has
He
I
said
love
Paul Wall, Bun B, and Pimp C. Where the fuck is Meg in that equation?
Who's the popular artist today in Texas? Today.
You got niggas like Yellow Beezy who's working.
Shout out to Yellow Beezy, but no.
Damn, bro.
Come on.
He said, "Fuck out of here."
I like Yellow Beezy, but when was the last time somebody had a real conversation about Yellow Beezy music?
The Yellow Beezy fans, whoever that
Mace
is,
might have a real conversation.
The Yellow Beezy niggas gonna be on my head, pause.
Fuck up
Shouts
the whole
to-
algorithm.
Shouts to Bankroll Freddy, you know what I'm saying?
Not support what Dini is saying about Bankroll and Yellow Beezy.
He's clicking more than Meg.
Yo, you know, ain't nobody clicking
That's
more
what
than
I'm
Meg.
saying. She's a
But
big Texas
what are we
artist.
clicking for?
I try to shoot Meg some bill.
Unsolicited bail.
I did.
All right.
I like Maxo Cream too.
Maxo
Cream is nice.
Fire. He
Shout out to
fire.
Maxo.
Yeah,
Nah,
Maxo's
Texas got a
fire.
Yo, where's Sauce Walker from?
Sauce Walker's from Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
There
Sauce
you go.
be having his
See?
vibes.
I like
Yeah.
Texas because Texas is that nice sweet spot between lyricism and southern pop.
Yeah.
It's like they got the,
It's like if New York City blended with Atlanta and had a little.
yes,
Yeah.
with a little bit of Atlanta, not Atlanta, California.
They got bars,
There's a
but
lot
they
of some
just
Cali
kind of
roots
like
in Texas.
Not
as
too
well.
much of the
throw a little
snappy
bit of
finger
like syrup on it, and like just
And it
let
works.
yo,
Texas got
like,
heat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, we talking about Texas fucking bloviating about Texas, but we biased.
We
That's a great answer, Sight, you know what I mean? Because you know
They say.
Real shit.
I wanted to know for myself because we always talk about New York rap. And I
Yeah.
said, I know Ciph is a musical dude, so he's not just listening to bars all the time.
Yeah.
He's seeking shit out. So I said,
Yeah.
let me get to know my nigga real quick.
That's a
You know what I
fact.
mean?
That's a fact. Appreciate you, bro.
Texas rap is a good choice though because it's a lot of attention to detail when it comes to Texas and hip hop.
Shit, shout out to my boy Jay Sands. He's from Texas. Yeah. So I want to link up with I want to link up and do shit with independent Texas guys.
Talk
Can
about
I-
it.
I want to tap into
Make
that
sure to
vibe.
mention
Can I double
Scarface
up
too.
on? Can I double up on
Oh
Job's
my God,
question?
Scarface.
Make sure to
Scarface.
mention-
Yeah,
Oh,
Scarface.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Before the
Can I
Scarface
double up on
heads.
Job's
Yes,
question?
Scarface.
Job
Mac
asked
Face
the
mob.
hardest part of doing the whole independent
Yeah.
thing. So you said the finances.
Yes.
Can you throw in something else that's really complex about doing it on your own?
Damn.
Promotion.
Not because I'm a marketing nigga, so it's like the promotion thing. Like I just hired I told y'all I hired a social media manager just now because early on I did a lot of my shit because I'm a marketing nigga. Like my degree is in fucking business administration, so I've taken marketing classes and things like that. So for the like the earlier part of my career, like I say 2012 and on, I was doing my shit. So I feel like that's what made me how people know me now from that, and that's the key for my brain. But it's like, now it's like the algorithm changed so much and shit like that. So it's like I'm
that's
so
shit.
busy.
Trying to keep up with that shit
Changes
is
every
I'm so
other
busy because I gotta
day.
fucking write raps and shit like that and things like that. So I don't
do
have
the
time to
business
do it.
aspect of it, yeah.
I don't have time to do that. So I'm like, I always knew I needed a social media manager. So I finally hired one. So and it's been going well, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's my ideas, but it's like, hey, do this, do.
Somebody implementing the shit
Right,
for you.
implement, not like do it, but it's like, hey, do. Hey, we
Can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
That's a clean
right.
follow-up question, Dini.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, Mace do something in the group chat involving Kendrick Lamar and To Pimp a Butterfly, Sincere's favorite Kendrick album.
Sir.
He says, Mace wants to know, is To Pimp a Butterfly the Illmatic for the younger generation? It's a loaded question.
It's a loaded
It's a very
question.
loaded question.
I almost want to pull a coin out and flip a coin and
Mace,
see who's
expand
gonna
on
go
that,
first. Yeah,
'cause you
what?
threw it in.
Yeah, he threw it under the bus. I was trying to shoot some
Yeah.
Well, on my Birdman right now. Frankly, yes. I give a lot of caveats. I give a lot of,
Flip-flops.
flip-flops. Flip-flop king over here. You know what I mean? Check that
Waffling.
game. But yeah, honestly, as a person who came into the game when Illmatic was the grail of rap, you know what I mean? You weren't
Was?
official.
Is
if
it
you
Still is.
Talking about, you said was?
So a lot of people.
I'm gonna get to it, y'all.
Okay,
I'm gonna get to it.
Let me talk my shit.
It was the grail of rap. It was you aren't official if you ain't listen to Illmatic. Like, and if you listen to it and you don't think it's the best shit you ever heard, you stupid. You know what I mean? That was the era I came into as a listener. But at this point, Illmatic is as far away from the youth as Songs in the Key of Life was for us. You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, no, when a young rap fan comes into the game, they're not gonna say Illmatic is the greatest album ever. And more than anything, To Pimp a Butterfly comes up. And honestly, even though it's not my favorite Kendrick album, we've spoken about this. I'm a good kid guy. Job's a damn guy. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm not mad at them because the album lyrically, production wise, it is kind of flawless if you want to keep it real. You know what I mean? It's just not my cup of tea. But I understand, Kendrick is the artist of the generation, and this is his most his most impactful album critically. You know what I'm saying? So to me, when you ask a younger fan what they think the epitome of rap is, it's gonna be To Pimp a Butterfly, and I really don't see the Reasonable Doubt to that Illmatic, or the Ready to Die to that Illmatic. I don't even see what they put around it to compare it to, honestly.
Send go ahead, bro, motherfucker.
Interesting. What a interesting.
He fucked it up with that. He fucked it up with that.
Yeah, Because here's why. Because I've heard nothing.
I got my drink. I'm just sitting.
I've heard nothing but low key borderline slander out of Mace for To Pimp a Butterfly. He does not fuck with it. Am I lying?
Wow. It's third on the album list for Kendrick.
He got some joints.
It's number 3
behind
Good Kid and Damn.
Mm-hmm. All right. So to hear him say that he understands it while not necessarily agreeing with it, I respect that. I respect that. I think, and honestly, I think not too long ago we were actually talking about Good Kid, Mad City in the same sort of conversation, wondering if maybe Good Kid, Mad City was the Illmatic for this generation, but Good Kid, Mad City, I think, had too much popularity and radio-friendly play and stuff like that. Son. So I would be willing to agree that for this generation, To Pimp a Butterfly is the Illmatic, and I have absolutely no problem saying that. I don't even have a problem breaking it out of that box. Not even just to this generation, but as an all-time album, Illmatic and To Pimp a Butterfly are right there. Wow. They're in the same tier.
That's a take right there.
Now, the reasons I would be more inclined for To Pimp a Butterfly than Good Kid, Mad City, both are classics. I think. I mean, y'all might not agree, but I think the general consensus agrees that To Pimp a Butterfly is a bona fide classic, right? They both have the critical acclaim, but they don't necessarily have. They both have the critical acclaim, but they don't necessarily have the commercial success,
right?
To really back it up, right? To back it up as a classic, right? Usually we think of classics.
What makes a classic?
Well, we that's something that we would have to talk about. But I think a lot of people like you, Jav,
here we go,
would need a classic to be both critically acclaimed and commercially heavily successful at the same time.
What?
And
makes a classic
matter too.
Who? It's a classic.
Well, that's not the segment.
You're right.
Yeah, there we go. We'll have a segment for that at some point.
Can I jump in real quick, though?
Absolutely.
Can I jump in real quick? With that, I feel it is. There was a few months ago, I don't know if y'all guys remember, but Spotify did a thing where, I think it was right after the Mr. Morale steppers came out and all that. So Spotify had a thing where they had, arrange your favorite Kendrick album in order and stuff like that. So I came across it on Instagram. So a lot of the people I saw, they put To Pimp a Butterfly first. Personally, for me, I like Good Kid, Mad City, but I understand the cultural impact of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What cultural impact?
Just we gonna be all right.
I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I'm letting Sick get his shit off because I'm ready to cook.
All right.
Yeah.
They're also Illmatic and To Pimp a Butterfly are both very heavily jazz influenced.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And this always brings me to a point that's always I always have this in my head. I feel that certain hip hop, if it's too heavily jazz influenced, certain listeners will not fuck with it.
Damn,
Cap.
Because
That's cap.
Point
y'all
the fingers,
motherfuckers
nigga.
That's
don't listen to jazz
I do,
influenced
though.
rap.
That's cap.
Y'all don't listen to a Tribe Called Quest.
That's not
Y'all
true.
don't
What?
listen to Daylight. You don't listen to Tribe
What?
Called. You've never in your life brought up a Tribe Called Quest unsolicited.
He called it Job out, man.
We
The
fuck
only
with
time
Tribe.
I mentioned Tribe on this podcast,
fuck with
he just
Tribe.
called it
Job
out.
We fuck
It's
with Tribe.
recorded.
You're a fan of Tribe?
He's saying you be lying on the pod, y'all. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
I don't know.
He
I
kinda
don't
put
feel
it-
that energy from you,
he put your
Job. I
card,
really
bro.
don't.
Doing it for the look.
put your
Joe.
card, bro.
Again, my entry to hip hop, Wu-Tang. Around the corner from that, before it was even Tribe, it was Leaders for me.
There you
I
go.
fuck with
Leaders.
These are the new school. That was one of the first joints I got introduced
Since when?
to. Who the scenario not affect? Who the scenario not affect? What we talking about? That should affect everybody, bro. Yo, Flavor Video used to run the scenario
This is a
video
new development.
over
Scenario
and over. I got introduced to Busta Rhymes on scenario, Tribe on scenario.
Charlie Brown.
Yo, come on, son.
All right.
Come on.
All right.
We've never talked about it on
We've
the
never
pod
talked
or
about
in
it.
personal because we busy arguing about
Just another
J9s.
case of that PTA?
Come on, son.
You was fucking with that?
I'm not saying I was a big fan, but I tapped in.
All right.
I rather woo. I like a little more ignorance in my shit. You know what I'm saying?
To this day.
But to me, like when they talk about Midnight Marauders, that's up there, bro.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, Sam.
I'll stand down.
I appreciate
But
that. I appreciate that.
Holster your weapon, soldier.
Right.
He'll give me like, don't worry.
Right.
But not. I mean, to put a bow on it, I think for this generation, I think To Pimp a Butterfly is very much in line with what Illmatic was to us. Not heavily commercial, not heavily radio, culturally impactful, jazz influenced, and I'll say it, a flawless piece of music from beginning to end.
All right, so I'm gonna be problematic here.
There you go.
I'm gonna be very
Of course.
problematic.
Of course.
I don't agree with Mace. I don't agree with Sin. I feel like Dini knows where I'm going with this. Because he and our sensibilities on certain albums are lockstep. You know what I mean? And when it comes to Damn, critical classic, fine and well.
No question.
But this is an album, and I'm gonna look into the camera because I really want to start a problem. This is an album that the fucking left-wing white people love to death.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
he's going there.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about classic. Remember I kept asking, what makes a classic? Who decides the classic? The fucking white people love this album. They decided this was a classic. Because what black person really talks about To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah.
Where they at?
Yeah.
Where they at? Where they at?
The whites love the black person talking about the struggle.
We're gonna throw this.
The
on
whites. I'm
Twitter.
coming to you, Ciph.
Talk your shit,
The
y'all.
whites love them some
We're
fucking
gonna
jazz
throw
music.
this on Twitter
Go ahead.
to have the black people come out in support of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Please.
We want to
because
hear from
I
you.
need to see them because I've
YouTube.
never seen it.
Not more
And
than damn or
Twitter.
not more than
The
good
whites
kids.
love the black struggle. The whites love jazz music surrounded to fucking jazz struggle. For the fucking whites, it might as well have been a fucking Spike Lee movie in 1991.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
The Spike Lee movies are classic too.
there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Do the right thing.
The whites dictated the terms of To Pimp a Butterfly. The blacks love Good Kid, Mad City. They love Section 80. They love Damn. They don't like Mr. Morale and the Mid-Steppers. But the whites love them.
Bro, you call it-
Mr.
you call it the
Morale and the
Mid-Steppers.
Mid-Steppers. I ain't doing it.
Wow.
Dini did that. That's not me.
Yo, he
Name
snuck that in
sticks.
so.
All I'm saying
secretly.
is, what I love about Kendrick is he creates the cultural divide with his art.
Yes.
But to say that it's the Illmatic, to me, it was not unanimous within the culture. The difference between To Pimp a Butterfly and Illmatic was the culture decided Illmatic was the grill. The white people decided To Pimp a Butterfly was the grill. It's levels to this rap shit. And if the white person says it's the grill, I'm not fucking with it. if the culture says it's the grill, I'm fucking with it. Ciph, you had a point.
Yes, I did. Because this past summer, I went to the Mr. Morale and Steppers tour at the Barclays Center. So,
Oh, facts. Me too.
yeah.
That probably was the same job.
We probably was.
Yeah.
So I was sitting next to this. I'm gonna call him Peter. Peter probably wasn't his name, but I'm just, for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna call him Peter. So Kendrick did All Right, and Peter was going nuts to All Right. I'm like, okay, Peter, relax. He's talking about us. He's talking about me. Man.
It's my song.
It's my song.
Settle down, Peter.
Peter was like, Peter was
down,
feeling. I'm like,
Pete.
calm down, Pete. Like he's talking about me, but
We.
yeah,
It's not you.
Right.
Me.
He's talking about me. You good. You was good. You was a millionaire when you came out your mother. You good. I had to fight for my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
See?
That's a great point, John. That's a great point.
John, go ahead,
if we want to keep it all the way 1,000,
Here he go.
who wrote the 5 mic review for Illmatic in the source?
Wasn't it Miss Info?
Mania O.
Yeah, Miss Info, right?
Miss
Who knows?
Info.
Miss Info.
Yeah.
Miss Info.
She's not white.
She's not black.
She's Asian. She's close enough.
She's a minority. She's a minority.
Yeah. Talk about it. Yo. Sid, you got some questions for Ciph Boogie, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So Ciph.
Yes.
I noticed that like in the game today, there's a lot of artists that they gravitate more so towards like bar heavy rap,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All they need is a beat to rap to,
Yeah.
get off some bars, and that's the song.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's other artists that are very sort of like industry molded.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, like the songwriting has to be impeccable, the
Right.
hooks and everything. You seem to be like a really good balance of those two. Like
Yes.
you will spit the bars,
Yes.
but songwriting wise,
Yes.
you're also up there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got your skills with that.
Thank you.
Speak to that. Like how does that balance work for you?
It's just knowing the business, man. Just like I'm a person who studies music. You know what I'm saying? I study radio. I study like George Michael, shit like that. Like you know what I mean? Like I study like pop radio. You know what I mean? So I'm just a student of everything. I study every fucking thing. So and I just study artists. I study whoever. You know what I mean? So it's just like and not like still, but I incorporate that in myself because I know where I want to go as an artist. I know what it is. Again, I ain't getting this shit to be no broke rapper.
Right. I feel you. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it is like, do you lean more? Like, does your heart lean more towards one end than the other, or is it like a?
I try to be very authentic. I feel like that again. Going to the John Lennon.
Yes, sir.
He had a very authentic. So he's beloved.
Yeah.
Beloved. You know what I mean? So it's like things like that. You know what I mean? Like just where I could touch the people and just still. I guess do what I do for the music industry. I don't know.
Right. So now, like, let's take a closer peek at your creative process.
Okay.
Right. So, what gets you in the zone? Like, do you hear a beat? Is it a place you prefer to work at home, or do you have to leave the home to go to the studio? Different people are creative in different ways. So like,
for me, it's my home. Like I've created lots of my shit, like everything at my house, and that's my solace. It's where I think. It's where I'm comfortable at. It's where I can. You know what I'm saying? It's my place. Exactly.
Yeah. And
So
do you have like setup at home, equipment at home?
No, I just got my stereo. That's what I'm saying. I have to invest in a home studio because like my home. I'm fucking out of here. I'm out of here because the ideas I be having, it's like it's here, but it's just like I feel like especially when I go to like a studio I gotta pay for.
Right.
I gotta cram and shit like that. But if I have the organic home setup.
Yeah,
I'm fucking Picasso, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm very much the same way. That's why I asked that because like, but my thing is
A little bit of the Migos.
Yeah, just a little bit. Why, you heard that? You heard that come out? Oh, damn. My apologies out there.
I ain't hear it. I saw it, nigga.
But with me, I'm kind of the opposite. Like,
Okay.
I can't be creative at home. Because there's just too many people there.
I got you.
So,
well, I live by myself, so.
But you live by yourself, so that you could be to yourself and let your mind wander.
Exactly,
but for me, I gotta cut those people out from my house and go somewhere with it. So like, we got time for one more question before.
Keep cook, bro.
All right, I have to ask this as a Brooklyn MC.
Okay.
Who's your top 5? From Brooklyn, specifically from Brooklyn.
He putting you on the spot, Ciph.
Yeah, he is. But I'm here for it though.
You got one on your shirt.
N-O-T-O-R-I-O.
I feel like I take a lot from Biggie, man. Like just his like, I love Biggie, bro. I do. Second to that, Jay. Third, Foxy. I like Foxy.
Shout out to Foxy.
I feel like
Fox Boogie, Ciph Boogie.
Curveball.
Makes sense.
Curveball.
Yeah, Fox. Like you know,
Fox was ill, man.
She was ill. Like when she had her run, she was ill. I bought the L9 shit, China Door. I bought all them
for
shits,
me,
you know what I mean?
I'll keep it a buck. For me, she was my first hey girl. My first team member. Listen,
She was the first Hall of Fame hey girl, bro.
She
was. She was a
Forget first team.
snap.
Hall of Fame hey girl.
Oh God.
How many was that? 3? Was that 3?
That was 3.
I fuck with Pat. I fuck with Pat.
Ooh,
I fuck with Pat.
wow.
I fuck with Pat. I don't know. Like I just like he's not like a songwriter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for like the Alphabet Slaughter joint. You know what I'm saying?
he don't get his props.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He has his moments.
Fifth.
I was a Pat fan during his era. Yeah.
I opened up on like back in the days. That shit was like
shit.
Case. Rest in peace, Case. Should I share my Case Day story? I don't
Yes.
know.
Why not? Yes.
Back
Yo,
Roundtable, make it
okay.
happen.
K-Slade went to the bathroom during one of my performances.
When you gotta go, man.
This is like back in 2006 though. This is like really,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. This
R.I.P. K-Slade.
Yo, my mom's is in the.
R.I.P.
My
Jama
mom's is
King.
in it. Yo, my mom's is in the crowd and everything. She's like, damn, like why he left?
Damn.
Gotta
bro.
go, you gotta go.
Rest in peace, Ciph
Rest in
Boogie
peace.
moms also.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate that,
sir.
brother.
Mama Ciph.
Absolutely.
Rest in
Thank you. I
peace.
appreciate that.
RP all around.
Fabulous. I'm
Come
trying
on,
to
man.
throw it on the
Okay.
backboard.
Okay. Fab, yeah, okay.
I wasn't enthusiastic enough. I know you got
Fab-
somebody
no,
over Fab.
no,
If
no.
you're gonna do that about Fab, then you gotta give an honorary 6, bro. Because
Okay.
Bro,
you don't
I'll do that. Right. I'll do it right.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
Sean P.
Fab. I mean, yeah, because you know what, the Soul Tapes was cool. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Fab is dope, but I don't know. It just from
He's not
like,
in your soul. Just say it, man.
It's just
The
like
soul tapes.
The fact that you went Foxy and Pat before
I know,
Fab says
I
everything.
know. It's just he's dope, but he just didn't. I'm thinking about the Clue days. You know what I'm saying? When he was just
Right,
Fab with
a
the sport
monster.
and shit.
Yeah,
So it's just like he didn't really live up to that. So it's like no disrespect, but you know,
Fab,
cool.
Fab, one of the nicest lyricists in hip hop.
Yeah, he
bro.
is.
Don't y'all bully my man into picking Fab.
Right,
He ain't
not
want to
bullying,
pick
not
Fab,
bullying.
man.
No.
I tried.
No. Fuck you, Job. Nah, it's good. But no, I mean, it's just
Leading the witness.
it's very like, dang, I don't want to say wasted potential, but it's just like I expected more. Because I bought like when the Blueprint dropped, because it dropped November 11th. September
Fab
11th.
was supposed to be first Battle Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
That's
so
all.
it's like I bought both them albums. So it's like that.
Fab never
I had
got
that
the
extra.
check.
He
I always
never got
say
the
Fab,
check.
It's like
Fab is the Dominique Wilkins of the rap game.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's an
That shit
apt
just sounds
comparison. I ain't gonna lie.
So you
That just sounds
I done gave him
crazy.
Carmelo at least, but I'll take Dominique.
I mean, for this era, he's mellow.
Yeah,
so you said honorable mention, right?
Yeah, give us one more.
An honorable mention.
Fab is the honorable mention. This is number 5.
I feel like it should have been an honorable mention too. Right. Damn, that's tough.
Shit, we got Kane, we got Sean P, we got
It's a lot of candidates,
a lot of
man.
we got Jizza ODB,
Old Dirty,
from
yeah.
Brooklyn.
But he is from Brooklyn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, ODB. I like ODB because like I just like I'm thinking about the Wu-Tang shit too. Like the dude that play him is dope. Like he got ODB
Ain't that
down
his
to-
son?
Nah, that's not even his son.
Oh.
But his son does like
His
for
son
Wu-Tang.
performs for him
yeah,
at the
for
shows.
yeah. But nah, ODB, yeah. Because
ODB.
like they need to do a fucking life story in that nigga. Like
Yeah.
for
That's a
real.
I
fact.
would tune into the fuck to that.
Yeah, this
That's a
nigga
fact.
took a fucking limousine to catch the food stand.
Yo, you seen that shit?
Yeah, I gotta see the story behind that. Everything.
Didn't he piss
Yo,
on LL Cool J's
ODB.
plaque?
You ever read? You ever?
For what?
Yeah, he pissed on LL Cool J's plaque. LL told the story. He just pissed on his plaque.
See, that's why the movie got to be. I have to see that story because
Yeah.
what the fuck? I never knew that.
You ever read the story of the day he was supposed to shoot with Mariah Carey, the video?
Oh, for fantasy?
yeah.
For fantasy?
There's
Yeah.
a whole story behind it. You got to read that shit. That shit is
That shit is
some of the
incredible.
funniest shit you ever read, bro.
Yo, y'all remember Ghetto Superstar?
Yeah.
He wasn't even supposed to be on it. I think Maya or Pride said they was like he was drunk. He just stumbled to the studio. And he's like, I like this shit.
I read that too.
I like this beat.
wanna
I'm gonna
make-
and they let him do it.
Wanna
They let
make
him
it
do
one of
it.
them classic
Studio.
records.
Yeah, that shit like
ODB, number 5.
yeah.
ODB.
All right, but
I love
look,
that nigga, man. RP, man.
We are officially in the stretch run of episode 50 seconds.
Let's do it.
We've reached the range where Josh at a certain point will kick us out.
He will. He will.
So we got to get into this record sales conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, again, shout out to Mace. Mace was on the ball between episodes.
Macito.
He threw in a DJ Academics tweet about record sales being low. He was I think Ack was trying to front on Freddie Gibbs, but it kind of highlighted that a lot of guys are doing somewhere between 20, like 15 and 25K first week. I know a lot of y'all talk about record sales and they don't exist, they don't count, whatever the case may be. But if you do your Googles, you'll see that there's an equivalency with streams. Like a certain stream equates to a certain amount of record sales.
Right. 1,500 streams is one sale.
There you go. So with that being said, should we be concerned about album sales in the culture when guys like Freddie Gibbs is doing 20 or 25, Game is doing 25, some guys are doing 15 to 18? I'm concerned. Mace, are you concerned?
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Okay.
25K. I mean, the alarming number for Gibbs was not the number itself, but the fact that he's finally on a major, and he did lower than he was independently.
And
You know what I
the album was
mean?
fire.
Yeah. The largest debut this week was by Tory Lanez.
No.
The blackballed artist.
It wasn't NBA YoungBoy.
How much did Youngboy do?
They said 30.
30, so
Projected for
30 to 25. I mean, that's horrible,
No,
man.
so-
Like, no, good looks though, Dini. But I'm just saying, like, yes, we should be alarmed. Numbers are down across the board, you know, and I'm not knowledgeable about what numbers Harry Styles and Olivia Rodrigo are doing, but I know in hip hop, our max number this year was Kendrick, which we called the fly. We had to bring that back.
What was that, 325 or something?
I don't even know if it went up to that. Sin probably would know better
Nah, I
than me
think
the
he did
exact
300,
number.
didn't
It was up. It was like 318.
Slightly under
some shit.
300.
Yeah.
And it was that
it was
that
like 275, 285.
push for 300. It was like 286 projected, and you know you start running up the numbers a little bit, the
triple platinum
streams,
this year.
and you could, you know, that was 300K. So I think it's an industry-wide problem right now, these numbers that are going on. There's no reason that their albums, like, I had the lowest thought of the Freddie Gibbs album, and even I enjoyed it. Like, that's a album that the culture loved, and it is not doing any numbers, bro. Like, and there's been so many albums this year. You know, I guess Bad Bunny is taking up all the album sales. There's been so many albums that we loved that had, you know, semi hits, and they just dropped off the face of the earth this year. So I do think it's something to look at and something to pay attention to personally.
Yo, that Bad Bunny is a monster, bro.
He's
Like,
a genius.
Shut the
He done
wrong
took
down the
Drake's
other
place
day.
as the biggest
bro,
artist in
they're
music.
playing him on Hot 97.
Yeah.
Yo,
I don't know.
First time I heard Bad
And
Bunny
if you
was
don't speak Spanish, you
2017
stuck.
when I was getting a good lineup. 2017, and I heard him and I said, "Is this like a Spanish future?" Or
Nah,
something?
but it's fire though.
It's
I might
fire.
not understand what he's saying, but the melodies, the beat
It's
selection,
fire.
Deanie, what do you think about the situation with these album sales?
Everything's just so fast nowadays. Everything moves so fast. I mean, for $10, I can listen to everybody's shit.
Facts.
I don't have to
Facts.
buy anybody's
Facts.
shit. The music doesn't have the staying power it used to. No offense to all the musicians out there. I know you're a musician too.
Nigga, I'm
But it's-
locked in with you.
It's,
Genie with the
we had to work. Remember how hard you had to work to hit an album? I remember, like, even let's go back to like 9/11.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Through the midst of all this shit going on, niggas still went out to get that whole album. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Wow.
It's just, nigga. Like, I just feel like
That's a
there's no rush anymore. I just know at 12 midnight it's gonna be there.
It's gonna be there, and I could
It's
listen.
gonna be there for the amount that I've been paying for the month. It's just the drive, like I said, back in the days, the whole reading the linear notes. Just none of those things are there that attach you to the music more than just the music.
Right.
It attached you to the artist. It attached you to the whole persona of the artist. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just nowadays it's you're dropping on the 28th. Okay. I'm sure by the 31st, no one will give a fuck. Sadly, that's the way it is nowadays.
facts.
I mean, if it's really good, I give it 2 to 4 weeks.
Right.
If it's mid, I give it 3 to a week, 3
Yeah.
days to a week, and that's why I think the sales are so low.
Yeah.
Nothing sticks anymore.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say that when you do have like a Kendrick Lamar who's still cooking. Shout out to Sin.
All right. So let me ask Ciph.
Yes.
I don't want you to speak about other artists'
Okay.
record sales.
Okay.
What I want to ask you is, as an independent artist,
Yeah.
how concerned are you about what the numbers are right now, what the climate is as far as how depressed the numbers are?
Within the mainstream
Yes.
music industry, I mean, it's a concern, but it's like, I don't know. I'm so like the independent minded. I'm thinking about like just building the value with me. You know what I'm saying? Building my value and then coming to the label like on some, or they're coming to me. Fuck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just have a real business mindset about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like building. Like that's why I love Tory Lanez, because he's supposed to be quote unquote blackballed, but didn't he have like the #1 record?
Yeah, 25K.
And I love it because he's building his value in the
He's
market.
completely independent.
Yeah.
So
it's dope.
if he decides to go that route again, they have to meet him on his terms.
Yeah.
They can't give him no bullshit.
Right.
So I love that. So,
Fair play.
tomato. I don't know.
Talk to me, bro.
What was that song? That Jay-Z song, the Swiss Beats on the Blueprint 3?
On to the next one.
On to the next.
Yeah.
On to the next. That's the culture today. You know what I mean? Yeah. That is entirely the culture today. The social media culture, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok is just like, that was cool for 60 seconds, but what's next, right? And I think it's having a very heavy impact on listening habits of the audience. And I just think that's sort of where the culture is and where the industry is and where we are as a people right now. It's like, I mentioned a little bit earlier, 1,500 streams equals one sale. You take an album with 15 songs, you got to spin that bitch 150 times to equate to even one sale. You know what I mean? Now, back in the day, if you were invested in an artist, you go to the store, you cop it. That sale is copped. That sale is in.
Mm-hmm.
One and done. You can listen to that album one time, or you could listen to it 1,000 times. But
it counts.
It counts.
Yeah.
That sale is there. Now, you know what I mean? You even, and I've noticed that even with albums that people say that they like, they'll listen to it and be like, yo, this album was fire. But then the next week, there's another album that comes out, and they're like, yo, I got to move on to that next album. Right. And it's almost like people are only listening to music to talk about it on social media rather than to actually live with it and have it have an impact on them musically. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Or in their lives. You know what I mean? There's certain albums that I look back on and I just lived with them. You know what I mean? But I don't see that happening now, man. And it's like, I think that this illusion of how the internet was actually supposed to connect everybody, I think it's in a lot of ways it's having the reverse effect. Because if you're connected to everything and you're connected to every artist and you're connected to every album as soon as it comes out, what are you really connected to?
Right.
If everything's real, what's fake, right?
That's real.
You know what I mean? I just think that's where we are and the games at some point, you know what I mean? We're gonna have to come to grips with this, and some's gonna have to give because these numbers the way that they're going, shit can't keep going that way, or else, you know what I mean? Just I'll take back what I said in the last episode. Go ahead and sell your fucking masses because the way these numbers are looking, I didn't feel right about it, but hey, the way it is, listen. You gotta get it how you get it, man, and maybe that's what y'all gotta do.
I'll put a bow on this and I'll say, I guess my biggest gripe with this whole setup currently with the industry is who dictates the terms of the numbers. Like Sin said, 1,500 spins equals one album sale.
That's crazy.
Who decided that? Right. Who equated this math? Who's the person that dictated that? Yeah. To me,
John Hollinger.
What?
The person that's buying all the publishing. Some rando person, I don't know who he is, decided that 1,500 spins equates one sale. That completely fudges the numbers.
Yeah.
That means a human can decide what an album sale is. If it's let's say now I got an iPhone. 1 million iPhones are sold. 1 million people spun since his new album. You telling me out of that million, only a percentage of that counts? Why? Who decides that?
Yeah.
1 million people decided that at least once they wanted to hear the new D&D album.
Facts.
Right?
And they paid their money.
They paid $10 a month, right? So how does this person get to dictate the terms of what a spin is valued at? Once you decided to put a cap on that value, you're fudging the numbers. Because at the end of the day, whether I bought it or I streamed it, I still took time out to spin it. So why does the label get to tell me what my spin is, the value of my spin is worth?
Facts.
And that's the issue that I have with this whole setup is that y'all depressed the game. Y'all basically rigged the game by saying that streaming devalues the actual value of one spin. The stream means that it's only a fraction of one.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
That is, yeah.
If a nigga downloads the shit to his phone, it should count as a sale.
All right.
Yeah.
If I got a 15 million iPhone sold and 5 million of these motherfuckers downloaded this album, that's 5 million done. You can't put a fraction on that. Fuck that. Because regardless if I bought it, I spent $10 to buy it, or I put it on my phone, I still made the decision to download Ciph Boogie's new EP and put it on my phone.
It mattered enough to go to it.
Come on, bro.
But that's the new version of jerky niggas, I feel.
All right.
That's this era of jerky
It's
niggas.
new math.
Yeah.
They gonna
And
find
they're
a way.
fudging the numbers.
That can have something to do with the fact that publishing is like that.
All right.
New math
Like
that busts a
maybe in 10
motherfucker's
years,
ass.
maybe in 10 years, niggas be like, you know what? We only selling hard copies now. So everybody sold their masters. Now they got all
Yo, bro,
access.
like if you were a mathematician, you could decide what a stream is worth. You didn't rap. You didn't make a beat.
Not a part of the culture.
You didn't mix it.
You ain't singing notes.
You had nothing to do with this shit. But you're telling me what it's worth? That's crazy to me.
Facts.
But we gotta move on.
Yes, sir. That's a good
Mace,
combo
I know
right
you
there.
got some questions.
Yes, sir.
For the homie
yes,
Ciph
sir.
Boogie. Talk
yes,
to me.
sir. So, Ciph,
Yes.
you know, we ain't no spring chickens here. You know, I ain't trying to age us, but you know what I mean? We've been around the block a couple times.
We got experience.
But I say that to say, we've experienced, you know, we just had the stream talk. We've experienced a lot of eras of music.
Right.
The freestyle outside of Hot 97 era, the pass your mixtape out at Times Square era.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? The try to get a placement on some era. So now that we're in the streaming era, like, do you find it easier to get your music to the masses?
Yeah, it's about marketing it. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to so it's not just, you know, pushing it out and woo whatever, but it's just like it's figuring out how to market it. You know what I'm saying? It could get pushed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you figure out the strategy, and that's where it goes into.
But does that accessibility affect your artistry in a positive or negative way?
What do you mean? Like how?
Like the fact that you can make it easier, you know what I mean? Does that make you make the music you want to make, or does it make you say, let me just go with whatever else is streaming?
I'm gonna always come from the heart. So whoever connects with what I do connects with it. If you don't connect, you wasn't supposed to connect with it. So I guess that's my MO. I'm always come from the heart. I'm always be who the fuck I am.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So the new single with Keisha Marie.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to Keisha Marie.
Shout out to Keisha Marie.
She's trouble.
Y'all had an IG live convo the other night. I was there for the whole convo. I ain't even gonna lie.
Wow,
Y'all had an IG, man. So you know, I could tell you weren't just somebody who was trying to get a feature, that you were a fan of her. You know what I mean? But how did you discover her?
No, so I went to shout out to Hard Drive. So Hard Drive is a they are creative services thing, labeled. It's labeled. I partner with them and everything, and I performed to LA in 2021. So that's how I met Keisha. So you know, I did my thing, whatever, and she, we was chatting. When I got to say we was chatting and stuff like that, and she just, yo, let's do something. Like, yeah, let's do. So we exchanged numbers and things like that. And you know how people be like, let's work and don't shit happen from it. But we really wanted to work. So the craziest thing is with that is like, especially with Trouble, how it's built is Ciph Boogie Keisha Marie. So I don't want it to be like because that wasn't we really collaborated on that shit. It wasn't like she came to me or I came here, I need this or whatever. We got on a FaceTime. We talked about everything that was going on in the world. Like, well, first of all, she sent me the beat because we sending beats to each other. It was like, oh, do you like this? I like that. Yeah. So, and she sent me the beat name was Troubled originally. That was the beat name. And we were just talking about what's going on in the world, everything. And like, we were just talking about everything, like black women, men, the struggles we go through and shit like that. And we just like, we ain't looking for trouble. She just like, it was magic, bro. It was just magic. That's the only way I could explain it.
You mind if I chime in real quick, man?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta do a whole project together.
Yeah. I
don't know if that's in the works. Yeah, but it needs to be.
I just love her energy. Like on the IG live, I said she has songs in her spirit.
I can tell you were a fan of her.
Yeah.
I can tell you not
if she picked that beat, That means she has a good ear.
She got it. Yeah.
Y'all need to collaborate.
Yeah, we will.
A little 5-6 track EP. We need that. Yeah, Mace. I'm sorry.
Nah.
It's,
That's real talk because just like Ciph said, it's not I got an R&B singer on a hook record. They are collaborating. She has a verse on there. You can tell that they made this song together. So I really appreciated that. But when I see that, it makes me wonder, did you prefer that experience, or do you like when another rapper could get on a track with you?
But for that specific, it was our perspective. So I feel like me and Keisha and I covered it both. So I don't think another rapper could.
Nah, they couldn't have done what she did.
Yeah.
They couldn't have done what she did. I really appreciated the record, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
All right, well, Ciph, great answers.
Brooklyn stay winning. Come on, let's do it.
Family, make sure y'all tap in with Ciph. His
333 EP out right now. Stream that.
333 is out now.
Yeah.
The link for that will be in our description. Make sure you fuck with that.
Brooklyn stay winning.
But Mace, don't go nowhere. You've reached the point in the episode where, we got to talk about what these young guys are doing in the hip hop space.
Oh, man. We got to talk about the young guys. Now, I'm not getting gossipy today. I'm talking to you, Lotto and Nikki. We're not even going there right now. We just going to be positive. We're going to talk about music. You know what I mean? We have our gossip sessions. Y'all tune into that when we get there. But
Sunday Whites.
Yes, sir. So a couple shout outs. Shout to Kenzo B out of New York, female drill rapper, and I feel like the lady drill rappers are nicer than the males in New York specifically. So shout out to Kenzo B, just got signed to Coke Boys. I see you French. You signed up Kenzo B. You signed D-Thang. You trying to make the transition into the next era. I see the vibe. So shout to Kenzo B, and also shouts to Lil Yachty. He caught himself another hit randomly with Poland this week.
By accident.
You know what I mean? By accident. It was released on SoundCloud. It got so popular he had to just release it. And I ain't gonna lie, I done ran it up this week. I done played that joint like 20 times this week. It's only a minute long, you know what I mean? Like it's one verse and a hook, So shouts to Yachty.
Is it like a meme now?
Yeah.
Kinda? Yeah,
Constant meme now. It's gonna be a viral hit.
Yo, put it this way. You asked that question. I knew about the song by way of the meme-ish questions on Twitter about how did he get the walk into Poland.
You know what I mean? He got, Offset bumping it, a bunch of rappers bumping it. They showing some more. So shouts to Yachty, because I thought you was cooked, bro.
I mean, he might still be.
Listen, man. He done bought himself a 15-minute, because we know he's the notorious ghostwriter behind the City Girls, writing raps about how good his pussy is. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. But shouts to Yachty, because I enjoy Poland. I ain't egregious enough to throw it on the Rap Roundtable top songs of the year list later this year. But, I enjoy the record, But I basically claim here today to talk about a couple albums. Now, we gonna start with my guy G Herbo.
Yep.
He dropped the side A and the side B of his album, Survivor's Remorse. And, we gotta talk about it. Now, I've always been a fan of Herbo because if you tapped in, that the young New York, and I guess they're a little older now, but the at the point when G Herbo came out, he was one of the biggest influences on young New York rap. You know what I mean? When I first time I saw Bobby and Rowdy, I was thinking about Herbo. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? And if you listen, when New York rappers were first trying to that drill shit, they were trying to sound like Herbo and Bibby. You know what I mean? So I always had an affinity for Herbo as an artist because you can tell the love is mutual. You know what I mean? He loved New York himself. He's engaged and has a child with Fab's stepdaughter. You know what I mean? Jarv mentioned it to me that he feel like the Cam influence. I feel like there's a Fab influence. He always show love. He do records with all the young BX drill dudes like Herbo is an honorary New Yorker to me, so I gotta shout him out. It's turned into a double album. He released them on 2 separate days, the 7th and the 10th, to give you a little time to listen to both discs, but Herbo is for a while he was running behind the beat. He was chasing the beat. The lyrics were there, the pain was there, the songwriting was even there, but his flow was sluggish, it was sloppy. So he's tightening it up, pause. Best tracks on there, I'm fucking with Blues featuring Future. The 4 Minutes of Hell series is a classic G Herbo series. If y'all haven't checked out the previous joints, y'all need to. It's part 6. That joint go crazy. He got a joint with Khan and Benny separately because he said he just fuck with him rap wise. He fuck with West Side too. So shouts to Herbo. Even though there was a shooting at Atlanta Clark University, literally hours before we recorded this. You know what I mean? What? He's good. They arrested. I don't know how they got a gun into the spot. You know what I mean? Security was paid off. I don't know. But shouts to Herbo because I'm really appreciating artistically where he's at this point. I saw a tweet earlier this week. They said growing up is finally realizing that G Herbo is better than Lil Durk, and I agree, bro. I agree.
I'd like to chime in on the Herbo segment, and I want to make this real clear to the rap snobs in the room, Sincere, Josh, to y'all tapped in because a lot of our fans are rap snobs. Survivor's Remorse, Side A and B as a collective listen, is one of the albums of the year. I want to say it's top 3 of 2022. So now, like, y'all get so stuck on lyricism and bar work that y'all don't think about subject matter, beat selection, sonics, cohesion, things of this nature. G Herbo gave you all of that on this album. Agreed. So y'all over there, y'all scoff at these young guys, and to be fair, a lot of these young guys, they deserve to be scoffed at because they don't love rap. They look at it as a vehicle, an opportunity. G Herbo loves rap. He came from a tough upbringing. He came from a tough city, and Survivor's Remorse. And I don't know if you tapped in.
I am not.
You should.
I mean, y'all threw that Herbo track in the group chat.
I threw the whole album in there.
Right, but you threw in one. I think it was you.
I threw in a little bop, but like, listen to the album.
Okay, because you threw in the joint with Future.
Yeah, I mean it's Future.
And I mean,
got turned off.
Yeah.
But what I want to make clear is, and I want to repeat it, Survivor's Remorse is one of the top 3 albums I've heard this year.
It's crazy album.
You know what I mean? Because it's like people talk about pain a lot. I feel like with G Herbo, we're past pain. What I got from this particular project is G Herbo is a very serious individual. And he conveys his seriousness, his life experience, the street shit, the things he's evaded, things he's experienced through his lyricism. And the fact that Mace's point that he found a beat, he's finding a pocket, and he still give you that Chicago drill shit, but not generic drill, real shit. If you call yourself a rap fan and you didn't hear Survivor's Remorse, I got a problem with you.
Fuck with it.
Fuck with this album.
Yeah.
G Herbo made one of the best albums this year.
Easily. And it was anticipated and he delivered. You know what I mean? Like Herbo is he's coming into his own.
He got a track with Conway, and he stood in the pocket next to Conway.
I'll
tap in. I'm not making any promises.
Fuck with it,
based on that song that you threw in the group chat,
you like the shit with Future?
I took the headphones off like that was
anytime it says Future, it's not for sale. It's really for you and Mace. All right, Mace, you running short on time. So,
good that we running short on time. On the other side of the coin, Lil Baby released today. And I haven't been able to go deep into it, but right now it's a little repetitive for me. Lil Baby, he rapping wise, he's not falling off or anything, but just personally, I felt like when you become the guy and then you release an album after being the guy, it needs to be a pivotal album, a pivotal. I don't know. I've been drinking.
Pivotal.
I've been drinking.
Hold on. Pivotal.
Nigga on his Beyonce shit. Nigga said, I've been drinking.
I've been drinking. All that. So I might want a Carter 3. I might want a Born Sinner. I might want it To Pimp a Butterfly. The album after you're established is a very important album in your canon. You know what I mean? So I was disappointed by the album. There was academic shots on there. There was Quavo shots on there. Sweetie, you getting talked about crazy these days.
Crazy.
But it's uninspired, and ultimately Lil Baby has found a way, to make songs that aren't bad but aren't necessarily stand out. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he's going through, to compare him to another Atlanta OG. Hopefully he's going through his honest era and he can give us a DS2 soon. But right now I'm not really feeling a new joint.
Ain't that the definition of mid?
What?
It's not whack, but it doesn't stand out.
Yeah.
I only made it through 4 songs, bro. And usually when you listen to Lil Baby, there's a vibe, bro. Like usually there's movement when you listen to Lil Baby.
I think he misses Gunna.
The sonics are the lyrics are there, but the sonics just don't hit.
Gunna's a sonic god for Atlanta.
That is true.
Yeah, he not around Gunna. He not around Thugger. You know what I'm saying? It's just
tastemakers.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same feeling that I got on Voice of the Heroes with him and Dirk. It's just like after, it might have been better served as an EP. It's like maybe he should have waited a second because My Turn is still going. You know what I'm saying? Look at the numbers. Look at the joints on there. They still going. So he could have, and nobody has come out and floored the game this year for him to feel like I gotta release. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I expected a little more. A little bit repetitive, the production a little bland. He threw some soul samples on there to try to get us, but they not really hitting like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not really hitting. Yeah, so I'll give it a couple. I'm gonna listen to it further. You know what I mean? Because I am a Lil Baby fan, but right now it's not grabbing me.
All right, Mace. Speak the young rap segment. This was a loaded segment.
Yes, sir.
People saying free Gunna so that
free
all
Gunna.
The weight's not on Baby's shoulders.
And
free Gunna.
I seen that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Somebody said let Gunna out because Baby can't manage. I saw that's a tweet.
That's
It's
crazy.
a real tweet.
That's crazy.
And again,
That's real.
That's Twitter.
Again,
That's real.
if you haven't heard Herbo, listen to Survivor's Remorse Side A and Side B.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we've gotten to the point where the mailbag, people to chop it up with us, they shoot at us, they curse us out, or they show love. Someone went back into our archives, and this is specifically for Sincere the Rap Star.
Oh shit.
He's talking about
I've said a lot of things.
Shit. Kanye West.
To know where this is going.
Andre 3000, The Life of the Party. Does 3 Stacks have the verse of the year? That video we made many months ago.
Yeah.
Troy Hill says, which is better, quality or quantity? Aged whiskey or Crown Royal? The point is, if his name is mentioned with so much for doing so much less, his abilities are far superior to more artists listed in the top 10. Ask your top 5 rappers their list, and somehow 3K name is always mentioned. To that you say what?
To that I say, I have no idea what you're saying, bro. What did you just say?
He's basically saying that 3K has done less, but he's top 5 in a lot of niggas' categories.
I mean, when it comes down to the conversation about quality versus quantity, I'm always gonna go quality every single time.
So you agree with him? You feel like 3 Stacks is top 5?
I feel I'm not saying top 5. I'm just saying
top 5.
I'm just saying that. Unlike a lot of other listeners or fans of the music, I'm not necessarily going to detract from Andre for not having dropped the solo album.
All right.
You know what I mean? So the quality that he's put out as part of Outkast or in feature verses, that, I mean, it's there. It's right there. It is what it is. So, yeah, quality over quantity for me every time.
All right, so the next mailbag entry comes from our segment about rappers selling the catalogs, potentially killing hip-hop. So, Kamau, his name is Kamau, Kamau. He says they view their music as a hustle, not art. Ciph, you're the artist here. Yes. What do you feel about artists selling their masters because they look at it as hustle and not art?
Because it's a double sided thing. Because I think from the business side of it and then the ownership side of it. I mean, oh boy, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Tell us how you really feel.
I've always grew up. I came in the game own your masters. But it's like the business side of me is like, OPM, other people's money, leveraging. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it's a better business deal, it's about where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about where you at. Yeah, I can't say yes or no, but it's like where you at personally.
All right.
For me, yeah.
Sounds like there's some gray area in there, Joe.
Oh, I mean, shout out. That's why I did the podcast. Shout out to the gray area. If you don't know about the gray area, I got a lot of podcasts. Tap in,
yo.
You know what I mean? Does Josh have a question? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, because I want to hear from Josh. All right, real quick. To the G Unit segment. We talked about the G Unit legacy. Some people push back against our idea that the G Unit legacy is Banks, Yayo, and 50.
Yeah.
John Timothy says that original G Unit is 50, Banks, Yayo. That mixtape run before they blew up is legendary in itself. Buck, I would include him in G Unit's legacy though. He was on Get Rich or Die Trying. Deanie, what are your thoughts about including Young Buck in G Unit's legacy?
We said it before, man. They are a part of the legacy sonically. You know what I'm saying? But G Unit was a thing way before they started making actual music, man.
Right. They childhood friends.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They grew up together. Yeah. It's a Queens thing. So granted, don't get me wrong, he's in there, he did his thing. Yeah. But I mean, it's still the three essential dudes, bro. Like it just is what it is.
That would be my answer.
Like even Game played his role. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Game. Shout out to Buck.
Wow. I was sorry, but
tell us how you really feel.
Nah, you got 50 bars coming for you, bro. Damn.
I gotta say this though.
Damn.
That fucking Eminem diss was like, yo, I don't like.
Ciph.
You gonna keep us here for another half an hour with that. Sing gonna chime, Job gonna chime.
Real quick, Mace. Silk Ron says the Game was the best out of the whole group. Game got better albums through the years. He killed the whole movement with GU9. 50 maybe one classic. Game got 3 after 2005. Y'all gotta relax. In a couple of words, what do you say to Silk Ron?
Nah, Game had the longest run as an artist, but 50 is the best artist that G-Unit produced.
I mean,
Lloyd Banks is the best lyricist
record sold, man.
that G-Unit produced. Like, Game just kept recording, you know what I'm saying? And Game has a great discography. He does.
With the Red Album and all that.
Red Album, Documentary Part 2, the double album, Doctor's Advocate, Jesus Piece was dope. You know, he got a very good discography.
I stopped fucking Game after Doctor's Advocate though. I'm gonna be all the way
like a lot of folks did. You know what I mean? So it's easier to make great albums when the pressure was off. You know what I'm saying? But 50 is the greatest artist out of G.
No question.
All right, so we picked up Ciph somewhere in Park Slope. We ran uptown. We linked up with the homie Sincere the Rap Snob. Josh is with us sipping a little bit of the Migos. He's telling us, yo, get the fuck out the studio because I want to go home. But before we can leave the studio, we got some people on Sincere's lawn who have to be kicked off the lawn. So, you know, this is my second favorite segment after the mailbag.
Keep coming on my lawn, bro.
It is starring Sincere the Rap Snob.
Bro, the lawn segment for this episode is so easy, and I'm gonna make it super quick. Cause I'm gonna make it quick both for time, but also because I just don't want to give this guy too much pub, man. Like, that's enough of him. But real quick, academics.
Wow.
Please get off my lawn. Get crazy, off everybody's lawn. And like not even just like one lawn. Get off my home lawn. Get off my beach house lawn.
Henny Demics?
Get off my fall cabin lawn. Get off the park lawn. Just go, bro. Go away, bro. Like, I'm so tired of this guy because like it's for a long time. Like we've talked about him.
We've tippy-toed around it.
Yeah, for years now. And he just represents everything that's wrong in the culture. He just like embodies it. He's just like concentrated fuck shit. You know what I mean? It's like a fuck shit Tide Pod. It's just like I'm tired of it. I can't take it anymore. So this
concentrated fuck shit is a bar.
Heavy.
All of a sudden, so the most recent thing is he was on the let me get
Fresh
it
and Fit?
The Weird
Fresh
Nigga
and
podcast.
Fit podcast, which looks like it has like 100 people around the table. I don't even know how they all have a conversation at the same time, but he was on that podcast. All of a sudden, like he starts disrespecting the women that's there. He starts talking to this woman like, yo, don't get out of line because your man's not here, because your man can't afford to be here. Then this other girl said he was being disrespectful, and he was like, yo, but my man's fuck you, and like, and I'm like, bro, like you really went from 0 to 100 just for no reason. Like it really felt like he was on that Macho Man 80s cocaine. Like
big actors here.
And I would say he was a fucking cokehead, but he too fat to be a cokehead. Like cokeheads aren't that fat, bro. So I don't understand what the fuck is going on with him. But he needs to chill the fuck out. And then he was outside in some hallway talking about like I'm the prize to some chick that he's apparently dating or whatever.
She was
like,
ugly.
I don't even
almost fiend like.
I don't even get into all this gossipy shit.
She was beautiful.
I don't get
She
into
was an
all
acquired
this
taste.
gossipy shit.
Mace, she was beautiful.
Lovely even.
She was beautiful.
I don't get into all this gossipy shit, but the biggest issue I have here is that he only seems to have this energy, this type of aggressive energy in two situations. One, when it's women, and two, he could be talking to men, but on the internet, not in real life. Right? And so, like, if you're only gonna have that type of energy when it's like a female and you feel like big and powerful and you could overpower her and like yell on her head and shit like that, but Vic Mensa came at you on the Complex show that he used to have. Everyday Struggle. Vic Mensa came at you years back, and he literally called you a bitch to your face. He said, "I actually think you're a bitch." And what was his response?
Nothing.
In what sense?
Yeah, that was the response.
Big. So nothing.
In what sense?
In what sense am I a bitch?
Somebody calls you a bitch, and if you have all this tough energy, you're gonna be like, "No, please explain to me. How am I a bitch?"
But he wasn't Big Act back then.
Yo, fuck him. Fuck him forever and a day. Get the fuck off. Yo, get academics off of every lawn. If you have academics on your lawn, get him off your lawn, bro.
Facts.
To all the academics fans that are out there and supporters.
This nigga got fans?
Bro, please. y'all need to follow somebody else.
That was the Fusion John? That was the Fusion John?
Nah, that was the NWO.
Can I say something real quick? Oh, God.
Whoa, go ahead.
Yo, stop saying I look like this nigga.
Wow.
I'm looking at the camera now. That nigga's a bozo. I'm not a bozo. I don't look like him. Stop saying that shit.
Damn it, man.
Brooklyn stay winning.
Get the fuck off the lawn.
Livingston.
If you fuck with academics,
Rude boy.
if you think abusing women for the clout is dope, if you think getting called a bitch and not saying shit is cool, please.
If you think hypertension is good,
If you think rocking fitters the way he rocks fitters is cool,
Not the sweatsuits. The sweatsuits.
if you think getting hurt by Takeoff is cool on the red carpet,
Big Draco. Big
but
Draco.
they're balking on women in public and saying I'm the prize is cool, the fuck out of here.
beat it.
Yo,
Vegas
Another
home.
classic, son.
another classic,
It's a good
57
lawn.
in the books. Ciph, I got one final request before we
What's
wrap
up?
this up.
What's up?
Let the people know where they could tap in with Ciph Boogie on social media.
No doubt. I'm looking at the camera now. This Casamigos got me lit.
Yeah.
I can relate.
Ciph Boogie 24 Instagram, my website www.ciph24.com. I'm performing this weekend at the Go Crazy Festival, October 16th. Pull up, tickets in my bio. Follow me on Instagram. I'm doing mad shit. I'm on a whole press run right now, but Brooklyn stay winning.
And 333 is out now.
333 right now.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Brooklyn stay winning.
Is your
winning.
EP,
Cannot lose.
Trouble, Cannot Lose. And what's the other
Knowledge.
record? Knowledge.
Never ever made a scene about it.
Come
Oh
on
my
now.
God, oh my God, you're gonna read about
Real
it.
quick. Take over Ether.
No, don't answer that.
Don't even. Don't do it.
Don't answer
Niggas
that.
gotta go home. Don't do that.
Don't answer that. We will not leave tonight.
Don't do that.
What I want to say is
do it.
333 is out now. And again, if y'all want to hear Ciph rhyme at the end of this episode, don't tune out. Make sure y'all tap in. Right after this episode is completed,
Bars.
there's a lot of bar work from Ciph Boogie.
Yes, sir.
Dini, take us home.
Yo, shout out to Josh, always thugging it out with us. I know your lady want to kill us, bro. But tell her we appreciate her for holding it down. We appreciate you too. Macito, voice of the young people, mouthpiece for hustlers. I'm back, motherfucker. You know what the vibe is. Sincere the Rap Snob. You hear the fucking beat. You hear the production. You know what the fuck's going on. Our technician. Shout out to Jav. Keeping the computers pewing. The lobs are always in the air. He throws the best alleys.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the special guest of the night, Ciph motherfucking Boogie. Brooklyn, we stay winning. We cannot lose.
Cannot lose, man.
Happy to have you in the building, my brother.
Thank you.
You see the merch on the table. Y'all fuck with us. The link will be in the bio soon. We gonna have it ready for y'all.
Roundtablemerch.com.
Y'all been asking us for the longest. We have now provided. We here. I am Dini, the balance of the force, and with all our powers combined, we are the Rap Roundtable, and we fucking out!
Heroes you need.
Boom!
Let's get it. Yeah. It's the Brooklyn State winning freestyle. Yeah. Brooklyn born in the fucking flesh, I mean well. Sharpen your pencils, come get a test. Brooklyn State winning the model. Some niggas cool, but really I'm like fuck the rest. We'll never mesh. I'm a deep thinker, deep rider. I keep fire at all times. About time I let mine go. I'm so Brooklyn on my Biggie flow, my BK, BS, as I'm kicking down your dough. Whoa, I'm so Brooklyn, please don't play with me. Marcy Ave, flushing in the notion, part of my pedigree. Gates Ave, 44 Park, shootouts and everything. Seen a dead body at 5, nigga, you shitting me? I came late, but I bounced back. Brooklyn boy, top of my game, fuck with my soundtrack. Many moves, I cannot lose, I really mean that. Out here, living my dream, don't be a beanbag. In other words, don't be a sack, nigga. Heart of passion, really keep it a rap, nigga. I feel the vibes, I ain't cutting no slack, nigga. Understand, respect it, I am that nigga. Y'all be waiting for the yoki dope. My nuts is huge, I want all the smoke. Y'all people playing, I'm taking all your hope. Niggas been cooling, I just throw the rope. Whoa, I really laugh at you widows. Drop the screw face, y'all fake Bobby De Niro's. Y'all saviors, ain't got the balls to be no hero. Final destination, nigga, this is ground zero. Yeah, so many lists talking about who's best. Fuck that, I've been woke, never part of no snooze fest. Game lock, hurt my spot, don't care about who's next. I'm patient, break you down, all in a few steps, that's light work. Please be humble, that's just how life works. The cloud chase is crazy, really making my eyes hurt. My last words, but to stay winning, we moving. I guess you just lay down, slow, 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 slow. Listen, yo, my dreams are major, this is what I'm made of. They never gave a shit, we had to break arms, we had to take arms. Even if we break arms, take charge, it's on, just like a rainstorm. I'm from a city where you ain't from. I could tell how you moving, you ain't fooling me, stupid. Listen, New York City's own problem child. Don't you turn it down, here to shut it down on these funky blocks. Tell me what the fuck you got. My niggas stay strong, this is an impeccable year. Fuck is they on? I really need to talk to your soul like a seance. This be a tight situation, need to pray on. Hey y'all, this is street hop running to your eardrum. Hear him, yep, yeah, I need to fear him. I'm a boss on my CNG and kind of shit. Please don't pass go or fuck up the cash flow. Asshole, listen, yo, live life and prosper, that's my motto. Sitting at the table, rocking without Bopo. This is what I'm built for. Y'all niggas is killed off, spill it in the air. I'm spitting it real raw, like I'm supposed to. It's in my DNA. Lyrically, I'ma bang on you till you DOA. So keep your guard up before you get scarred up. Lanes all us is where y'all niggas copy from. Cut off your oxygen, make you stuck to suffocate. Woo! Fuck that. Brooklyn stay winning. Fuck that. Brooklyn stay winning. 333 EP out right now. Trouble out. Let's get it. Brooklyn stay winning. Rap Roundtable.